For the 59th consecutive day, protests went well into the night in Portland as demonstrators took to the streets there and in Seattle, Austin, Los Angeles, and Louisville. The protests come in the same week President Trump and Attorney General William Barr announced the expansion of a program called Operation Legend, which sends federal officers to assist local law enforcement in some of the cities experiencing a surge in gun violence this summer. The president has made law and order a pillar of his re-election campaign. So what is the truth about crime in America right now? NBC's Gabe Gutierrez has more in our Sunday Focus. Gabe, good morning.
Willie, good morning. It's obviously been a strange year, and that also extends to crime stats. Now, we've reported that murders have spiked in many cities across the country, but oddly, some other types of crime are down.
For months, the images have been striking. Unrest in Minneapolis, New York, and now Portland. Shootings in cities like Chicago have spiked. This past week, 15 people were wounded during a gun battle outside a funeral.
This bloodshed must end. This bloodshed will end.
Now the Trump administration is sending hundreds of federal agents to Chicago and Albuquerque, expanding Operation Legend, already in place in Kansas City, named after 4-year-old Legend Talaferro, who was killed by a stray bullet while he slept.
He had a lot of confidence at 4. He was so fun. He meant a lot to us.
This past week, his mother, Sharon Powell, visited the White House as Attorney General William Barr stressed that the newly sent federal agents would not be tactical teams like those deployed to Portland. Instead, he said, they'll focus on investigating murders and taking down violent gangs, an initiative Powell supports.
Just give it a try. If it doesn't work for your city, that's okay. Then take the politics out of it, because it's really not about politics.
Still, many Democratic mayors are skeptical.
The president is trying to divert attention from his failed leadership on COVID-19.
The president is making law and order a critical part of his re-election campaign. This ad paints a dark picture while falsely claiming that Joe Biden supports defunding the police. The real picture is murkier. While murders have skyrocketed this summer in some major cities, other property crimes are down. In the last month, robberies have dropped in New York, Chicago, Atlanta, Philadelphia, Oakland, and Seattle. Burglary and grand larceny have also fallen in some cities.
Why is that?
As one of the nation's experts on this, I think it's very important for you to understand that we have absolutely no idea. We've never seen all crime go down into the degree that it has and murder spike in the way that it has.
Dr. Philip Atiba Goff studies the relationship between race and policing.
Can any of this be attributed to the anger against police that we've seen in the last couple of months since the death of George Floyd?
There's definitely anger, and there's not yet data to suggest it's manifesting in anything like rates of violent crime.
Here in New York, the NYPD says it had already begun to see an uptick in crime even before the pandemic, partly due to a bail reform law that went into effect in January. Some of those changes were rolled back in April, Willie.
So the property crimes are down marginally in some big cities, but there's no question murders have exploded. So how long does law enforcement expect this surge in violent crime to last, Gabe?
Well, Willie, the experts we spoke with expect all this to last at least until the end of summer. Now, as for property crime, there's a possibility it could go up if unemployment insurance runs out, if evictions go up, and if the economic picture gets worse due to the pandemic. Willie?
All right, Gabe Gutierrez in New York City for us. Gabe, thanks so much.